Happy to see you here this morning. Clearly, VivaTech, big moment in our IT agenda, and clearly all looking forward to have these 4 days together. This morning, we have to celebrate something. We have to celebrate a birthday. So whose birthday is that? A year ago, same place, same date, same usual suspect, announced the Sanofi Digital Accelerator. The leadership team, Sanofi leadership team, announced an enormous move and positioned themselves with data, machine learning and AI for omnichannel activities. This is the first step of a number of other announcements to come. What is the Digital Accelerator? The Digital Accelerator is the omnichannel AI engine of Sanofi. The mission statement of this entity is about transforming the patient experience, transforming the practice of medicine. Practice of medicine, I want to insist on this statement. Practice of medicine is key. It's key for all of us here as individual or here as human being. A year ago, the accelerator was launched precisely to, support this statement of accelerating practice of medicine. I'd like to welcome Kyoto and I'd like to welcome Seth on stage. Thanks for being here with us today. Kyoto, you're head of data and AI at the accelerator, and Seth, you're head of digital architecture for Sanofi. You're both reporting to CDIO Emmanuel Frenéard. Kyoto, you have a PhD in artificial intelligence, strong expertise in data, and cross industries. I believe you have worked in media and many other industries. Seth, very strong expertise in enterprise architectures. I believe you're in Sanofi for 3 years now, almost. Clearly also a large industry expertise and in entertainment. And I think, Seth, you're coming from Disney. Very interesting to see, these two profiles, where they come from versus joining Sanofi now. Let's spend some time on the accelerator. 1 year ago, accelerator launched. How's the team doing? Tell us a little bit, how you have been experiencing this full year, and how did the accelerator supported the transformation of practice of medicine? Kyoto, you want to take the question?
Yes. Thank you, Vanessa. So as you said, at the beginning, we wanted to reduce the distance between patient and treatment and HCP by leveraging digital product. And now we are more than 100 people, internal people, Sanofian guys, who are working on that. And the goal, it was also not only to test use cases, but to create something that is really relevant and usable, deployed. And we are now about 8 digital products deployed within Sanofi. And as the name is accelerator, so we accelerated the deployment of those products in several countries with all those people. And of course, the goal, it was also to use the best-in-class technologies within the product that we built with the right people and the right person. So, of course, we have data and AI leveraging all those 8 products within Sanofi now.
Thank you. 8 product launch in 12 months. This is pretty impressive performance. I read some other numbers. I read that you're now supporting more than 2,000 field representatives addressing CHP and patient to bring medicine quicker to patient and raise awareness. I read as well that so far the accelerator and the solution has been able to address more than 90,000 HCPs. So these numbers are numbers from your CDIO, published last night, actually. So well done. That's really great success. When you launched the accelerator a year ago, I can imagine you had a number of requirements, IT requirement or digital requirements, to make it a success. What were these requirements? Why did you choose AWS, obviously, to run your activity? And what are the services today that are used at the accelerator?
So apparently we don't pay AWS enough, so we have to share a microphone. But thank you. Yes, so we're very excited about the accelerator. As you mentioned, it was launched exactly 1 year ago at VivaTech is when we made the first announcement. We launched actually about 7 of those 8 products in 9 months. And at the same time hiring, as Kyoto said, about 100 people here in France. So it was a very, very exciting time. But because we were starting out, we're actually building products. And so we needed a platform that we could build on that was very flexible, that was very reliable, that had the kind of security that we needed because we are dealing with sensitive data. And so AWS was really for us a clear choice. And it was not just because of the platform that you have, but because of the partnership that you've created with us. We have lots of vendors. We're a large company, as any large company does. There are, a long, long list of vendors. But for the accelerator, we really were looking for a partner. And Amazon really stepped up to be that partner. We have 2 solution architects from AWS that work with us directly. They're our interface into the company. So they not only help us in terms of the architecture of the products that we build, but they also give us access to product owners and service owners within AWS. So if we have an issue or we have a feature that we think maybe would be useful not only for us but for others, they're our conduit into AWS. So that was really, really important to us. And then as I mentioned, the typical use cases for cloud were very much our use cases, right? We needed scalability. We are launching 8 products in a very short period of time, and we are rolling those products out country by country because of pharmaceutical regulations obviously vary from country to country, so we have to take into account those different regulatory environments, but also different data that we have in those different countries. And so we roll it out country by country, and so for that reason we needed a platform that allowed us to scale as we move from country to country. We didn't want to have to buy a whole server farm when we only have 2 countries to begin with. As we roll out, we can now extend our footprint within AWS. And we use a lot of their managed services because we didn't want to be burdened with the responsibility to maintain equipment, maintain operating systems, doing patching, all the stuff that you have to do when you have physical servers, or even, to be honest, if you have VMs or raw compute from a cloud company. So we use a lot of managed services, and in particular serverless. We're a very, very big proponent of serverless because it allows us to focus on the product and not on the infrastructure and the maintenance. So that was very, very important, and that's something that AWS really excels at.
Thank you. Thank you for this feedback. Let's step away from AWS and let's move to people. I think you have hired a number of specialists in data in a such short period of time. That is amazing. We all know how it is difficult to get data skills. You've just done it. Can you talk a little bit about your people? Who are they? What is the profile? What are their skills? And how do you ensure that their skills stays up to date, looking at how, at the pace of innovation, in fact?
Sure. Well, at the end of the day, right, it all comes down to people. People are really the essence of what we do, and we've been very fortunate. As we said, we hired about 100 people into the accelerator in a very short period of time, all here locally in France. And we've also taken people, obviously, that were already within Sanofi, within digital. We had a really unique upskilling program, so we've trained people as well. But we have everything, the accelerator is sort of self-contained. So we have every sort of profile that we needed to build these products. So as you said, we have a lot of data profiles, data analysts, data scientists, data engineers. We also have full stack developers, scrum masters, product owners, and architects. And so we work in our own environment and building these products. We're a very, very diverse group. We have incredible gender balance. We have over 25 countries represented in the accelerator. And so it's something we're really, really proud of. And we've gotten people from startups, scale-ups, other large companies here in France. And so it's really the crown jewel of what we do.
So, and how do you maintain their skills? You know,
so obviously we hired a lot of people that came with a lot of good skills. We needed to move quickly, but they didn't always necessarily have the cloud skills. So they had the data skills, they had the engineering skills, but maybe not necessarily the platform skills. And so we've again partnered with AWS. We had a number of people that came with AWS certifications, but for those that didn't, we have a large training program that we offer to our employees within the accelerator to take the training. So whether it's architecture certification, data certifications, you know, the AWS offers a wide range of courses that we take advantage of.
Thank you for that. Last question. There's a big topic at the moment that everybody talks about, generative AI. It cannot be that you're on stage and we're not talking about generative AI. That would not work. So how do you view generative AI usage in the healthcare life science environment? How do you view the usage of Gen AI as part of the accelerator's activities? And clearly, how do you see your collaboration with AWS in this environment, knowing that obviously we have announced a number of solutions as well in this area?
I will take it. So, before to move to generative AI, so as you mentioned at the beginning, Vanessa, so we are a pharma company, we are working for patients, and we are chasing the miracle. So for us, our vision on AI, before to move to generative AI, we are building responsible AI. What does it mean concretely? Our AI, or everything based on AI within our digital product, need to be fair and ethics. So robust and safe, sustainable, and of course industrialized. That's something that is deployed, not only a POC or MVP that we are building, but overall accountable on all those pillars. And generative AI, it's part of AI, and it's a building block on AI. So for us, we need to look on generative AI respecting the fifth pillar that I mentioned, because it's very important for us and also for the data that we are managing within the accelerator and within Sanofi. So we identified several use cases because we started to use AI several years ago, and of course we have something that's already deployed using AI, and we want to accelerate so those use cases to chase more and more the miracle within Sanofi. And we are looking, of course, on use case. We are working to prioritize several use cases, and then today we are working on how we can deploy within the architecture, so built by said teams, to see if generative AI it's only state of the art or something that's really relevant for us, for our product. And we are leveraging, of course, the best-in-class tools in the market, and we are benchmarking several tools, including, of course, EW's solution, like, for example, Amazon Bedrocks and others. But today we are taking this topic carefully and with the objective to accelerate and respecting the pillars that I mentioned. We deployed within the R&D Gen AI, the first one, with success. But still to move forward and to be really best in class in this market. So we are taking Gen AI with some caution. So We'll see maybe next year we will deploy. We'll see. Today we are 8 products. I think maybe next year it will be more and more with GenAI including on those products, because we are taking time to be careful, but once is decided, so we move forward and we accelerate, because we are taking things by design, ready to deploy and ready to achieve efficiency.
Thank you. I like the statement when you say, you know, we'll take it step by step and then we'll accelerate. A year ago, the Sanofi team announced the accelerator. I don't know if you read last night some press release from Sanofi, but they moved one step further. They have announced a number of new initiatives leveraging artificial intelligence across their value chain. So from research to clinical to manufacturing to supply, and of course the consumer healthcare organization as well. So the accelerator gave the first start a year ago, but you can see now that indeed Sanofi is strongly moving toward a full, you know, AI, all-in AI company, if we can state it this way. Thank you for the time. Thanks for sharing with us, and we're looking forward to have you here next year to share, you know, about the new things that are coming up and see how, you know, you have further accelerated the practice of medicine and how you're helping us daily having better information and access to treatment. Thank you for that. Thank you.